Hello. I can't believe I'm making this video, but I'm gonna make it just because people might have a question. Sorry, it's really hot where I'm at. I'm gonna have a question about what happened today in a chat room. I'm not even gonna mention like where, because it's only for the people that were there. So, anyways, I don't know what the problem is because I've never done anything wrong to that person. And I've literally been like a part of the targeted individual community for like 10 years or more. And everyone knows, that I'm kind of a shy, keep to myself person, but I make videos occasionally. And I kind of just watch out for people and research what's going on and things like that. So, anyways, I'm not just a one-track person. Like, I'm not a one-track mind person either. I research everything. I don't research just targeting. I research religion. I research, So I kind of stay away from politics because I already know what's kind of going on there. It would take forever to figure out, who's being controlled by whom. But anyway, so my only explanation is that there's mind control programming that makes that person reject people who really care about them and actually kind of just hang around. Like, we never even talk personally, really. I think we've talked maybe once. No, never once, like personally, voice to voice. I think it was like those little voice messages that you send, and that's it. Like, over the years, it's been years and years that we were friends on Facebook. And we've never like spoken like directly to one another, not once. So, I mean, I literally keep in touch with the people who are victims or who claim to be victims to, keep an eye on what's going on, and then especially when I see them getting heavily targeted, I pay more attention because I know the mafia is watching me. So I probably shouldn't even say that word here, but I know they're watching me. So I know they're watching me, watching you. When I do that, it is like a hedge of protection because they know that I don't give up and I do give out information. So if anything was to happen to one of you guys, I go, I'm here to tell people. And I think that kind of protects people. I wish someone did that for me. I think targets kind of do that. We watch out for each other a little bit. Although, they never let me have any like real friends. They always target anyone I get close to. They always target them. Just like what happened today, like the explosion. I shouldn't say that word either. YouTube. I just mean like, emotional explosion. So anyway, that always happens whenever I try to be friends with somebody. And I'm like a real person. I mean, like I'm cooking dinner right now, I'm not a shill, I'm not a perp. I've been targeted for years, and I found out that I was actually remotely human trafficked my whole life because I traced back how far I've been having those induced dreams and how long I've been exposed to Old Testament mysticism, which I really wouldn't have known when I was a child. I knew nothing about it, and as an adult, I barely knew anything about it until everything started getting ramped up. I gotta stir my food. And then I started figuring out like who's behind all these attacks and everything. But yeah, I'm a real person. Look, I'm just sitting here cooking dinner, making some turkey for tacos. So anyway, so I'm not really sure. I think it's my control. I'm a little worried that some people care to get angry instead of give suggestions on what to do about these children who are being drugged around town to targets. It's not all of them, because some and most people that are harassing targeted individuals are being remotely mind controlled by artificial intelligence, including the kids, even the children. So I don't like that word kids. So that's mostly it, but there are some that are older, and those know what's going on, and those are the ones I'm worried about, because I think a couple have signaled to me that they needed help, and there's nothing I can do, because who am I going to call? anyone I call is going to say I'm crazy and lock me up instead of investigate, because that's what they're told to do. So anyway, yeah, so I was looking for suggestions. So if you guys have any suggestions on what to do in a case where everything's infiltrated and these children need help and there's no way to help them because your only option is calling the system, which is infiltrated, I would like some suggestions on what to do. I thought of one thing, though. I thought instead of me filming them, which could look suspicious, I was thinking maybe if it happens again, talking to the store or the building manager where I'm at, and maybe they can pull the camera footage. Like I'll say, I think I might have seen such and such, and can you pull that camera footage? Maybe call the police at that time and see if they can pull the camera footage. Because then they can't deny it. But they could tell me they're not going to pull it. Maybe that's something too. They could just be like, you're crazy, we're not going to do that, this didn't happen, or whatever. But then it shows negligence, and then I can film that part, because those are adults. I could film that part and say, okay, I'm alleging that this is happening, and you're covering it up because you're not even willing to investigate. So then that would kind of expose them too. Yeah, I could expose them that way. So anyway, but if you have any other suggestions, I mean, that's the only thing I thought of. And it kind of worries me that I got attacked instead of getting advice. That doesn't sit right with me. That does not sit right with me at all. Because I don't think just hating Catholicism should mean you attack people who have been friends with you for years and who want to stop these crimes. You know, I mean, hating a religion is not enough reason to attack me like she did. It's just not. That is just not. It's not called for. So anyway, I know people have strong feelings about what they hate and what they like, but you know, I don't know. I feel bad because I see her attack everybody, and I'm like, okay. I told her before too, like, I'm literally friends with you because I want to make sure you have a real friend, and I'm the only person that I know that I could trust. So, I mean, I've told her that before, you know, but whatever. I mean, I'm not going to force myself to, you know, force someone to be friends with me. So, anyway, so I hope it was just that and not something worse. I'm hoping that maybe she's just having a bad day or something, or just hates the Catholic Church so much that she just can't even tolerate someone who practices traditional Christianity. I'm not into the mainstream Catholic Church either. That's the funny thing. I'm actually at war with the Pope. Well, let's put it that a different way. I'm at war with Satan, who is using the Pope, because he's attacking, like, the ideas that I think of. Like, oh, the other day I was thinking about something and how dangerous ideologies are, and I was like, you know, ideologies are really dangerous, and people have to really watch out for that. Now I hear he issued a statement that traditional Christianity, which Catholicism, traditional Catholicism is an ideology. So I was just talking about that the other day, and now you're using that idea to discredit the Catholic part that I think is real Christianity. The reason the mainstream church, the reason I don't consider them on par, or how do you say it, on target or whatever, is because they have been infiltrated. There is a whistleblower named Bella Dodd, Belladodd, I believe, who foretold that this was going to happen. She was actually a whistleblower. Like, she knew the plan was to infiltrate the church and destroy it from within. So that's what has happened. And even the molestations and everything, those are not done by Christians. It's like satanic ritual abuse done by the Old Testament communists, you know, the people that don't like Jesus Christ, that hate Jesus Christ. So They went in and they hurt a bunch of Christians, including seminarians. It's much bigger than what you just see on television. It's not just children, and it's not that isolated. They actually infiltrated the seminaries, and that's where priests are trained. And then in the seminaries, they try to flip the priests and make them gay. And so a lot of priests have left and spoken out. You can actually look that up on a YouTube channel called Church Militant. You can look that up. And he's done interviews with the priests that happened to. Oh, really good. Like, one of the best interviews I have ever seen on exposing what happened inside the Catholic Church. Really good. So I definitely recommend that. Now, I don't agree with everything that any traditional Catholic site is saying either. We are all brainwashed in one way or another with blind spots. Like, we all have blind spots that we have not found yet. So some people still think the Pope is okay. Some people think he's not. Like, I'm of the idea, because I don't really want to directly, but I do think he's an infiltrator. I do, because that was one of the plans, that they wanted to get a Pope in there that was their guy. That was the plan. So it looks like he's really one of their guys. But there's always a slight possibility that he's being remotely mind controlled to say what he's saying and to do what he's doing. And now he came out with like some statement saying that he's only doing what was planned when he got there. Like, he's following a plan that was already there when he was there. But you know what? That is not an excuse. Because if I walk into a place and someone is doing something wrong and they say, okay, well, this is your job now. You have to do this wrong thing because it's already planned, I would say no. I would quit, or I would change it. I'm the boss. You know, if you're the Pope, you're the boss. So, yeah. So I don't think that's a good excuse. I don't think it's true either, really. I mean, I've lost faith in the guy. He's laughed at like the way certain priests dress. I mean, that is how, where did my spoon go? That is like how strange it is. Like, he's laughed at them. And then he abandoned the Catholics in China or something. I don't know the whole details to that, but like somehow he abandoned them to like the communists. Like, the communists get to make the choices for the church in China or something like that. It's really weird. So people are upset about that too. But anyway, so that's where I'm at on that, is that the Pope is actually being controlled by Satan. And so I'm like in direct conflict. And I'm trying to join the church. I have not even joined the church yet. My mission lately has been trying to tell people what is happening so that they can research it themselves, so that they can find their way back to real Christianity. But that's a very hard thing to do when you have a broken church, one. And two, people have been not only mind controlled, but they've been brainwashed with a bunch of propaganda about the church, you know, that actually isn't true. There's a lot of stuff that's gone out that's actually not true about the church. You know, and they spin it in all these weird ways, like, you know, you guys worship Mary. No, nobody worships Mary. People pray to Mary, and pray. They talk to Mary to pray for them, you know, but we always get accused of praying to Mary or worshiping Mary, and that's not even what's going on. If you remember, when Jesus was dying, he gave Mary to one of the disciples as the disciple's mother, and at the same time he says, okay, and that's your son. So that's basically taken as like, okay, you know, that by default, you know, like, we all become children of God. And since Mother Mary is the mother of Jesus, who is God, we become her children too. So it's like having a friend in heaven that you talk to. And let me tell you, if you talk to Mother Mary, she is like a mother. You know how there's a difference between mom and dad? There's a difference. And she will get your prayer answered. It's kind of like having a lawyer, I guess. Like, you don't want to go to the court by yourself. You want to get a lawyer because you don't know how it works quite well, because you've never read the books, you know? It's kind of like that. So, Yeah, so long story short, that's what I've been just trying to tell people what I found. You know, I'm not even in, get in the wrong way. I'm not even in the Catholic Church yet because they block me. Can you imagine? They try to block me from joining. I've had, blocks put up. So I'm still trying to join the Catholic Church because Satan doesn't want our souls to be saved. This is the problem. And yeah, so it is a challenge, and it is definitely the narrow way at this point. For me, it's really narrow because I can barely get it done. But anyway, so I'm actually telling people what I found ahead of me even joining, even though I practice already. Like I already, believe in praying the rosary, although I'm not, perfect at all this stuff. But I believe in this stuff and I already practice a lot of it. And I can tell you, being a targeted individual is so different once you ask Mother Mary to be your mother. That's all I'm going to say. Because people, have the mind block about those kinds of things and whatever. So anyway, I just want to put that out there for anyone interested. You can research all of this, but you always want to look for the traditional Catholic stuff because, and don't think that that's not infiltrated too, because I'm sure every church is infiltrated no matter what it is. But you're going to get the right teachings. Like a lot of the stuff in the mainstream church, they're trying to water down everything, and they are literally having the mass destroyed in some churches. Like some crazy stuff is going on where you're supposed to be worshiping God, and it's supposed to be about God. Some crazy stuff's going on. So that's why people are really upset about the mainstream and what is going on with the Pope. So it's all infiltrated. Everyone's under attack. I mean, let's just come to grips with that and then chart our way forward. That's what I'm doing. I'm charting my way forward. I'm like, I want to join the church, and I just want to worship God the way that I see the New Testament has laid down for me. And I'm going to try to defeat Satan. And he fights back. It's kind of scary. But it's not as scary when you have Mother Mary. Let me say, you need to get Mother Mary with you because I've never experienced anything like this in my whole entire life. And I wish to God, my mom was a Catholic and she never shared her faith with me because my dad was not. And I wish she had, because my life would be so different. It would have been so much easier if I had been taught the real Catholic faith. I wouldn't have made so many mistakes. So anyway, so there's that. So I think that's what upset her. I think she just doesn't want to hear that, which is fine. You could just tell me, I'm sorry, Jen, I'm not interested. You don't need to, like, basically, break my heart and throw our friendship away that we've had for years, over something like me trying to save you and, show you what got rid of my problems and what got rid of a lot of my, anger issues, anxiety, everything. I mean, my targeting is nothing compared to what it used to be. Nothing at all. I mean, it's just night and day. It's night and day compared to what it used to be. And I can literally call on Jesus and have demons that are attacking me through people leave. I mean, they leave. They leave. I don't even have to say it out loud. I say it in my mind too, like in church, and they go away. So anyway, that's that. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I just wanted to touch base on that because I feel bad about what happened, but then I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I'm sharing what I found, and I think maybe she was upset because I also shared that information with other people who are like her friends, but like they're mind control victims, and they're the people I would study anyways. Like, I'm always going to be listening to testimony of mind control victims and targeting victims and all of that because I'm always trying to learn, and have all the details I can have to connect all the dots, to see what the enemy's doing. So anyway, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're, her friends. It has to do with the fact that you're a mind control victim. Like, if you were her friend but you weren't a mind control victim, I would not, or a target, I would not even be on your YouTube because I wouldn't have no interest. You know what I mean? This is just coincidence, but I think she took it wrong. So anyway, I just want to say that. No hard feelings. I mean, my feelings were hurt, but you know, what can I do? I'm not going to force someone to be friends if they don't want to be friends. Story of my life. That's the way it always is. The mafia always blows up my friendships. So, it's not new. It's just, once again, it's happened again. How does that? I don't want to quote Britney Spears, but I did it again. No. Anyway, yeah. I listen to some mainstream music, but just because I like to hear the beat, I don't trust any of those people. I feel bad for Britney Spears, though. I hope she really, 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 really got free. I hope. You know, you never know. And they always have, like, the demons going after them after all that fame. So, who knows? But anyway, so that's it. I'm talking too long, so I'm going to let you guys go. But thanks for listening, and hope everyone's okay. And if you talk to her, just let her know, you know, I was just trying to be a real friend to make sure that you have a real friend, you know, because a lot of us mind control victims and targets, we don't have, I have no real friends. I have zero. Like the ones I did have, I lost because I got paranoid and I told them I didn't want to talk to them anymore. And then, yeah, and they never forgave me. And I actually forgive people if they make a mistake. So if she forgives me, you know, I can forgive her for what she did because it's happened, you know, happens to a lot of people. But, yeah. So anyway, you know how it goes when all this stuff gets really, really, deep and complicated. A lot of people disappear. My family disappeared for a while, but they come back. I don't know. I mean, everyone thinks I'm just kind of crazy, you know, but whatever. I mean, I'm used to it by now, and I'm just on the search for truth myself, and I share what I find. So if that's a religion you don't like, well, why don't you just ignore that part and go on to the next part? I don't know. Anyway, okay. Well, you can tell I'm talking a lot, so my feelings were really hurt, but anyways, and I do want some suggestions on what to do in case that targeting happens again, because this happened a long time ago. It was in a library and a bus and things like that. And I do need to see what I'm going to do next time. I think maybe asking them to pull the cameras is a good idea, and just... But did you guys see the report of that lady who suspected a child was being, like, human trafficked or used as a slave? And she called the police and she got arrested for a false report, even though she probably really thought the child was in danger. I don't think they're going to, you know, give her too much penalty, but still, it's scary getting arrested for trying to do the right thing. But that's the world we live in now, right? We gotta deal with it. Anyway, okay. I'll let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Have a good day. And today's Saturday. Have a nice Sunday. Hopefully you enjoy your day. I'll talk to you there. Bye.